Black Panther Party was started in Oakland, California, October 1966 by Huey P. Newton and Bobby Seale. They created a self-defense party to deal with the violence of inequality that African Americans face. Before that time, civil rights leaders like Martin Luther King and Malcolm X were fighting for the freedoms of black people. King used peaceful protests to lead the black community. However, the Black Panthers decided that force should be used to deal with the racism of whites and white police officers. In the 1960s, many Americans were protesting civil rights for women and people of color as well as against the war in Vietnam. People of all colors were standing up for their rights. The leaders of Black Panther Party recognized the problems of the black community in cities such as Oakland, Chicago, New York, and Los Angeles. One such leader was Chicago Panther, Fred Hampton.
We always say in the Black Panther Party that they can do anything they want to us. We might not be back. I might be in jail. I might be anywhere. But when I leave, you can remember I said with the last words on my lips that I am.
Root established a 10-point plan that included demands for equal rights, housing, employment, and education. The most important part of the 10-point plan was to ensure that the black community got the respect they deserved. They started 60 programs that served the people. One was a school in Oakland that taught black children ages 2 to 16. Leader Huey P. Newton explained why the schools like these were so important.
We were being taught mostly about white people. We didn't have any books of our own, so it wasn't. We didn't feel that the school was teaching us anything about ourselves. So it was a great problem in school for me and for the teachers. And that's why as I grew older, I always felt that as I grew older and learned about our true history, that Africa, before its conquest, was a beautiful, cultured country. And we had great universities in Timbuktu. And I started to look at myself and get a new interest in education. And so that's one of the reasons that I'm so proud of your school.
Panthers really believed in education and learning for black children. Their message about independence caught on, and their programs quickly spread to black communities across the country. One of the most known was the Free Breakfast Program for young black children, called the Free Breakfast Club in 1969. This program made headlines in America. As the Panthers were in the process of the Breakfast Club, they saw the need to connect even more and provide more services for the blacks.
By example, I don't think anybody has an argument with that. And I think the Black Panther Party is doing that. That we didn't talk about a Breakfast for Children program, we've got one.
Another program that the Black Panther created to help the black community was the free health clinics. The health clinics were launched in cities like Chicago in the offspring of 1970 by Bobby Seale. They created free health clinics to serve medically needed. The clinics were originally named People's Free Medical Clinics and eventually were established in 13 cities across the country. Before the program, it was nearly impossible for African Americans to access affordably high quality health care, thanks to racism and classism. Most of the clinics were in storefronts, others in trailers or hastily building structures. On the other hand, the Panthers clinics mainly provided first aid and basic services for the black community. The Panthers also operated more than 12 clinics around the country and diagnosed thousands of black people for sickle cell anemia. They held rallies to test people for sickle cell anemia in black communities. Because of them, many people were able to get medical help they needed. The Black Panthers were more than just a military group for blacks. The Black Panthers wanted to give black people access to medical attention and proper care. The success of the breakfast program caused the members to create other programs. Many black communities in major cities did not have access to grocery stores with fresh fruits and vegetables. Instead of driving to white areas to shop, Panther members brought food to the people. They also provided other services so blacks did not have to depend on whites. These services were tutoring, after-school programs, and self-defense classes.
Our brother Martin Luther King exhausted a means of nonviolence with his life being taken by some racists. What is being done to us is what we hate, and what happened to Martin Luther King is what we hate. You darn right. We respect nonviolence. But to sit and watch ourselves be slaughtered like our brother, we must defend ourselves, as Malcolm X said, by any means necessary.
In addition to the breakfast program and the health clinics, the Panthers had patrols to monitor their communities to watch for police brutality. They welcomed white activists such as Students for a Democratic Society because they believed everybody could change the U.S. society by working together. The FBI tried to put a stop to the Black Panthers because they were too powerful and blamed the Panthers for the violence in the country. Fred Hampton and Mark Clark were killed by police in 1968. Huey Newton was arrested and sent to jail. Black Panther Party members were in jail or left the country because of the FBI. After Huey P. Newton and Bobby Seale left the Black Panthers, Elin Brown became the party leader in the 1970s and emphasized more community service programs. Most of the programs were later run by black women. The Black Panther movement was criticized by blacks and whites for their aggressive tactics and emphasis of black power and control. They are still misunderstood by many today who don't know about the positive things they did for African Americans in the 1960s and 70s. The legacy of Bobby Seale, Huey Newton, and Fred Hampton can be seen in modern movements like Black Lives Matter. This particular movement involves people of all colors protesting against police brutality and demanding justice to make sure they are protected and safe from police officers. Although many gains have been made for black people in the United States since the Civil Rights period, we still have a long way to see the independent, successful black communities that the Panthers wanted.